Hello, welcome to Studio Talks. My name is Jim Swift.
I'm Josh McNorton, and our guest today is
Wayne Cookson.
Hey Wayne, you okay?
I'm good, thanks.
So how are you doing in the lockdown? And how?
I feel I'm going insane, to be honest. I'm not doing bad. I've had a lot of time with me Scale Electric. Built that in Jordan's room. That's massive. Read a book, wrote a few songs, marked some work because I've been doing some online lessons.
Oh, nice.
Which a lot of people have replied to. Tom hasn't, I might add. He hasn't done any. They send me work every Monday, so that's a good day. I've spent this morning marking, so that was good.
So is that part of the reading session? And you're at the studio?
Yeah, it's what I've done. I've kind of given them a task each week, one for the adults and one for the kids, to kind of cover the lessons Friday and Saturday. Then they get the work back to me and I send them a little bit of feedback.
Oh, excellent. Oh, nice.
That's good. When did you start going the studio, and has it influenced you?
Ooh, hey, big question this. Yeah, it was November. What year are we in now?
2020, I think.
2020. It was November 18 because I celebrated my first year in November 19. Yeah, it kind of changed my life, really, because I've been through quite a bad time and suffered from depression. I'd lost my teaching job, and it took a long while to get back. And at first, I volunteered at the studio and just helped out because I was so kind of nervous. I hadn't been around people at all. And that went well. And then the job came up to teach adults and children. And I thought, go on then, I'll give it a go. And I was so terrified on the first day. And the first person I met was Jane, who was absolutely lovely. Louise wasn't in that day. So I met Jane and she made me feel so at home.
She's good, Jane, isn't she?
She's wonderful. And then obviously I met you too, and you were all right.
Yeah.
And I met Tom, which, you know, and then I didn't want to go again, but now I love him.
Yeah.
And then I met Louise, and as you probably know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. When you first meet Louise, it's like being steamrolled by a hurricane, with like 100% creativity. I had to go home and have a lie down. And then when I'd done that, after about 6 months, I started getting used to it. And obviously, she is fantastic. She's the one that all really gets it. Yeah. And now we get on really well, actually. We get on really well. And we have like meetings to discuss what we're going to do.
So in terms of the writing group,
yes.
How did you? I mean, obviously you've said about teaching and stuff, but how did you get that going? Does that make sense? Because obviously you do it with a different crowd each time. Because you've got.
I do. I've never taught adults, and I've never taught 7 to 11s, and that's exactly the 2 that I now teach. So it was really hard. I planned my lessons for so long before I teach them. Because unlike secondary school, people actually answer the questions.
Yeah.
And it's such a shock because normally it's like pulling teeth. So I plan really, really hard, but also it's different with the adults because you don't need to control so much, so you can relax and actually enjoy it. Whereas the kids, it's just absolute madness. You know, it's crackers. Some of the stuff they get up to, but I really enjoy. You know, you can be in there one day talking, and one of them will say, "Well, can you tie my shoelace?"
Right.
What? No, I'm not your mum. I'm not your dad. Tie your own shoelace. I'm trying to teach you. So it
sounds like something Tom would ask you to do.
It does sound like Tom, yeah.
Tom's asked it a few times. I've said, no, Tom, really, by now you should know how to do this. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I approach it. Plan, and plan. Yeah.
Right.
About the Offensive Acoustic the other night, how did you feel about performing?
Oh, I loved it. I performed, I think it's just once. Oh no, it's twice. I performed twice at an actual event,
Yeah.
and that was brilliant. It's the only place I've been to where the audience are quiet and actually listen.
Yeah, you get a nice atmosphere, don't you?
You do, because normally people just talk over you at the bar.
Mm.
So there's a nice set of kind of gentle rules in place, and people actually listen and clap. So that's lovely.
Mm.
And then, of course, I saw myself the other night on the virtual, if you like.
Yeah. How was that? How was that for you? What was it more nerve-wracking watching yourself perform? Does that make sense?
Definitely, because I don't perform alone. I've never performed
No.
alone. And so my brother wasn't there next to me, and I just thought, go on, I'll record it. So I was more nervous, but it came across all right. It was a good lineup, though.
It was a boss one. Yeah, I think it's with the nature of the online element. You can afford to get a couple of people who maybe couldn't.
That's right. I apart from yourself, I don't think I've recognised a lot of people that were on.
There was a couple of people that I was like, oh my god, how have we got them? To the Roy, the first person.
He was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I haven't seen him in about 8 years, and he was just there, and I was like, oh my god, because I hadn't seen him in about 8 years.
Well, he was instrumental, wasn't he, at first?
Yeah.
Helping to save the Queen's Hall.
Yeah.
No, it was brilliant. So both were good, but I do prefer a live audience.
Yeah.
When did you saying the other day, James, on about the view counter in the corner?
Yeah, I was sat next to my mum and my little brother, and I was there going, we've lost a couple of viewers.
I was doing that as well.
Because the next, I can't remember who, was it John next? I can't remember, but the next person, the view went like a little bit up, and I was like, it's because I've got off the screen.
That was interesting. Perhaps we should get rid of that for the next one.
If only you could.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
No.
It's just
I think that's the reason why we do this beforehand, because I don't think I'd be able to concentrate if there's like a little thing in the corner telling me no one cares.
No. Pressuring you. Peer pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So, Wayne, would you like to perform a song for us?
Not really, but
Okay.
I believe it's part of the request. Right, okay. So if I start then. You used to be God who explained when things had changed in your heart and your mind, and it all felt strange. You were feeling like you were going insane. It doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. And now centuries have passed, religion's a fad. Science is making a joke of the past. It's all a chemical reaction in your brain. It doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. White coats rule and they'll talk you to death. They will decide who's sane and who's mad, and you will pay them by the hour for spending your brain. Doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. And now pills have arrived, we all feel fine. Don't treat the course, it takes too much time. Why bother looking into your life to make a change? It doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. Religion's a hypocritical mess. I don't like talk and keep myself to myself. But I'm taking pills to wake me up, put me back to sleep. And that's no way to spend every week. So one thing I've learned as the years have gone by is your choice of drug and a good glass of wine is as good as anything else to dull this pain. Doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. So I will leave you with this, something to think. There's not many problems can be solved by a drink, and you can worry about the future effects it has on your brain. It doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. No, it doesn't matter who's explaining, still feels the same. No, it doesn't matter who's explaining. Still feel the same.
I
That's
always,
good,
get
that.
I always get excited for our claps.
It is just a little.
Hey, there we go.
That was really good, Wayne. That was
I
really good.
enjoyed that.
What was the name of the song?
Still feels the same. That's
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah. It's kind of like about the treatment of depression and madness over the years. Because hundreds of years ago, if you were mad or depressed, the church would deal with you, and it'd be like the local priest. And then in the kind of 60s and 70s, psychiatry really took off. So it's people in white coats. And now, of course, they just give you a pill and go, there you go, mate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. And to be honest, it doesn't matter who's explaining, whether it's God or psychiatrist or the GP who's giving you a pill, it still feels the same, which is awful. Yeah. So there you go. There's a cheery thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, what is your history in performing with in doing music?
In doing music, I started with a band called Lazy Mary in, before you were born, 1989. And he had a CD out and stuff, and that was quite exciting. And then that ended around, let's see, my son was born in 94, we were still going then, about 96. And then I didn't really do a great deal until I started playing with my brothers, and that's where God Needs Wine comes from. That was in about 2006. So I had a long time off from it, really. And then, because we used to play like grunge music, like Nirvana and the Pixies in Lazy Mary, whereas now, obviously, as you can tell from that, it's more kind of blues and country and acoustic. Never thought I'd ever play, but it kind of works, okay.
That's nice.
So
you've got a nice because I've seen God Needs Wine a couple of times, and you do have like a
once.
You have like a it's like a bluesy funk mashup kind of.
Nice little like little vibe to it, yeah.
It has, yeah, and we both write songs, and obviously we swap halfway through and both sing. So he normally sings three, and I'll play electric, and he'll play acoustic, and then we'll totally swap, and that's how we do it. We come to practice every Wednesday, and one of us will have a song, and if that's the case, then I'll play electric. But if I've got a song, he'll play electric. And that's more to do with a lack of talent, really, because I can't play electric guitar while singing, but I can strum chords, and the same with him as well. So, yeah, that's that.
How do you go about writing a song? Like, what's your methods for it?
I come up with a melody normally when I'm walking somewhere, and I always record the melody and the words on my phone. But because I've been doing it for years, I already kind of know what chords are going to go with that. And I'll come straight home and then I'll record the chords, even if I'm singing nonsense over the top of it, just so I'll kind of know what the melody is with the chords. And then when I've got that, I'll go back to the words and tighten them up a bit. But it's always on my own, walking normally in the forest, and the melody will come to me. And then I'll put the chords to it then.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want to make like this is just a mental note while I'm thinking.
Right.
I want to make a tally of like what people, because like there's so many different, every time we ask it's different. And it usually falls into like one of 3 different groups. So it's either, sometimes it's lyrics, sometimes it's melody, sometimes it's instrumental.
It's weird because some bands, like one will do the music and then somebody else different will do the lyrics, which I cannot imagine at all. For me, the two have to go together.
I think I would prefer to have someone come up with the instrumentation, because usually I just end up playing the same chords.
Oh, it worked really well though. When I saw you live, it was really good. And I think you've got the same mic as me, which is a little slide, yeah.
Is it
Behringer?
Behringer C1.
That's the same one I've got, yeah.
I got that off Steve.
Oh, did you? It's quite good, isn't it?
I had just recorded an album and was like, and showed it him, and like I was like, doesn't the mic sound horrible? And it was a shame, because I had literally just finished recording the album, and I had like a choice of release the album or go back and redo it all, which had already like broke me a little bit, because it was like so like I kind of released it with bad audio, even though I know I could have done it better.
But to be honest, I'm with you there, because even though like I can pick up a guitar and do it there, as soon as that record button is pressed on whatever program I'm using, I forget how to play. At
the Authentic Acoustic, that took about 2 hours to record, maybe 3, because it was like, so I wanted to do it all in one take, which is stupid, which is absolutely stupid, but I wanted to do it in one take, and halfway through the second song, I rearranged the track list, because at first I wanted the new song to come first, because I knew that's the one I would mess up on.
Yeah.
Which I did, but no one noticed, because it's a new song. But yeah, took a while, because it just halfway through a song I'd go, no, I'm doing this again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's the nerves, it's the pressure, isn't it?
Definitely. And what ended up happening was, my battery on my phone was on like 10%, so I was like, right, this needs to be in today. Hurry up. So,
and that's more pressure, isn't it? And off we go.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for joining us today, Wayne.
Hey, it's been an absolute pleasure to see you both.
And you.
Yeah.
And you.
And I look forward to seeing you properly when all this madness is over.
Oh, I can't wait to be back at the studio.
I've missed everyone so much.
Same.
Did either of you see the video that Steve put up where it's 10 years and it's like all the different?
I haven't watched that yet.
I'm not seeing it yet.
I was there, like, but I was there and I was like, I need to go back to work. Like, I need this over now, because I need to be in work. Like, I need to be at the studio right now.
Well, I tend to shy away from people anyway, and so if I don't have work, I just talk to myself.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I'd talk to Tom at this point, which is something I'd never normally choose to do, but that's where I'm at. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, boys.
Thank you for
nice to see you. See you soon.
I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.